Welcome
to Shade and the
in the
City.
city.
I'm your girl Treese,
It's Nels.
and we're here to do our recap of the love and the marriage that happens in the number one city in America, the Huntsville, season 8, episode 4. Something about keep my wife's name out.
Your mouth.
You already know. Dot 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 dot.
Keep
Y'all
my wife's name out your fucking
right.
mouth.
Shout out to Will Smith. So anyway, yeah, y'all, we're here. Do the recap. Forgive me in advance. Your girl is a little congested. Being outside playing and stuff. Memorial weekend, and it caught up to pollen
I
is.
don't know what she's talking about. I was I have no recollection of this.
I hope you have a mosquito bite just for that. So
I didn't get bit at all.
that's surprising. I didn't get bit a
I
lot either, though.
I know I think it's what I had on, honestly. I didn't get bit, not even
Which
people
is
around me.
because you didn't have a lot on.
No, I mean the
Oh,
stuff I
okay. Oh, okay. Because let me tell y'all, Shay Squash, she was out there.
and normally I get bit.
Yeah. Yeah, stomach out, leg out, cheek out. She
I
was
had
out,
no cheek. I had no cheek out.
moderate cheek. Anyway, so yeah, y'all, thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, please make sure y'all hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get into it. I don't really know what to think about this episode. I mean, we'll get into it because it's Latricia, girl. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Let's get shady. Well, y'all, welcome back. So let's get into this episode. We see Tisha with the likes of Destiny. They plan to pop up and go see Miss Kimmy. I believe this is at her office. And, so she's on her phone talking to, I believe, her homegirl, Andrea, which I believe we've seen before, or Andrea. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, but they're talking about the plans for the new restaurant that her and Maurice plan to open. So, as they're doing that, Tisha basically lets her know that, hey, I know we family, we do family business, but I don't want this to mess with our personal relationship at all. And I love how Kimmy was like, oh, but that's gonna happen. Well, not it's gonna mess with their personal relationship, but basically, like, I'm picky. I like things a certain way. And yeah, when Marceau don't do what I need to be done, yeah, it might cause some problems between us. Which, I mean, are we surprised? What's going on with the Scott Manor? But anyway, so yeah, then Destiny rolls in and they talk about the whole Sunny of it all and that situation. And basically she feels like they were friends. She says she even has text in her phone about, being like, hey, little sis, or something like that. And I think she said her sister even went as far as to extend an invitation to Destiny to Sunny's birthday in Mexico, which I was like, oh, okay. Well, that is a little close. That don't give me, we don't really know each other like that.
My thing, girl, like, first of all, I don't give a damn how close we were. You violated. It was a violation.
Professionally and personally.
Exactly. You ain't got to be my homie for real. It's still girl code, boo.
Right. Well, I don't disagree with that. Like I said, I'm not even that type of person. I wouldn't even want nobody to double. Like, I don't know. I don't care how. I don't know. I just wouldn't. It would have to be something crazy. Unless that motherfucker was a millionaire in it, but you may have to understand that, if karma spin the block.
Oh, like what's her face? So it was excused with Portia.
Look,
I'm gonna go where the money reside. Where the money reside.
look. Portia's still in that house though. As bad as Simon, he out here hollering his kids is homeless. So something worked out for him. Maybe not the marriage, but some worked out
He
for him.
making it sound like that girl living in her car. Child,
No, she's in the house, and that's why he's mad. Talking about my kids are homeless. I'm sorry, we going to another show, y'all. That's another tea. But
we'll be there
anyways,
soon. We'll be there soon.
yes, we will be. Well, I don't know if they just started filming. We might not get them to 2025.
I would not.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But anyway, y'all. So basically they tell Destiny they think she needs to sit down and have a conversation with Mel. Because they talk about, or I feel like Kimmy kind of embellished and said that Mel jumped to her defense, because I don't think that's what that was. I think Mel was just explaining what happened at the joint
They both
and
kind
her
of said that Mel jumped to her defense.
right
And then left
and
out the part where Mel says she might have messed with her husband.
yeah, that's why I was like, no, I don't think that was defense. I think that was Mel telling y'all what happened and giving her opinion on it. But we clearly know she don't see it for Destiny. So I was like, why are y'all hyping her up to get let down? Okay.
It seemed like Destiny knew though, because she was just like,
She ain't really got it to do. And she tells basically Tisha that if she wants to be the one encouraging, to have conversations, she needs to make up with Stormy. And Tisha said that she's open to a conversation as long as she ain't taking no jabs, because she's not taking no more jabs. Not season 8. She said, nope, I'm not doing it. And I mean, let's hope, Tisha looks serious. She had a head roll and everything with it. I said, you better, Tisha. So
so what she so then what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do if Stormy start jabbing? Exactly. Not a damn thing.
don't.
So now she met up with Martell basically to get in his ass about this whole revenge porn thing. And he played dumb like
Letting him know I really wasn't good with you going to jail.
until I found out it was revenge porn. Okay. He played dumb like he
But I
ain't know
feel
nothing
like,
about the video.
so hear me out. And this may be an editing thing, right? And y'all drop down in the comments and you let me know your thoughts. But either this was filmed before she had the conversation with Mel, but the way that it sounds like, based on what she said, it was after. So if you clearly knew what happened, why are we continuing this narrative? Oh, I don't want a black man to be locked up, when you know why he was locked up.
Well, she said that she went to go see Mel because she was upset about him being a black man getting locked up. But then it was like,
I
but
just feel like you shouldn't have reiterated that when you already know why he was locked.
well, she wanted to show him that she was in his defense at one point. She wanted to show that she was in his defense at one point because also, Martell always feels like they're always on Mel's side. So she did want to show, I did come to your defense, but clearly I shouldn't have because you was out here doing some.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like, and I've always been like, since since Nell came on the show, that I've liked her, but I don't know. I'm starting to feel like her slip is showing. And I feel like, and this is no shade, I feel like she's starting to behave like every other female that gets on this cast. Outside of Tiffany, Mel brings you on, and then all of a sudden, now you're like switching up. I think the only person Mel has brought on the show that has been completely loyal to her is Tiffany. Everybody else has switched up once they got on here. I don't. It's just weird, and I'm sorry. That's just my feelings. I think her slip is starting to show.
Well,
now that she's on the show.
Well, of course he played dumb, like he didn't know what the hell she was talking about, what video. He said, it ain't have nothing to do with him. Okay. He did hear something about some video, floating around that might have been with her or somebody else. But he says he just sent her a text message to tell her to stop bullying him. She told him, look, this back and forth that y'all is doing, it needs to stop. Plus, with the kids being involved. And he said that basically, it's her. He always blames it on Mel. She started this, and then
even when he was trying this whole episode, I was so irritated by him because the lack of accountability. But even when he seemed
Always.
like he was trying to take accountability, then he'd be like, but yeah, I sent it and I know it was wrong, but Mel. And I said, bruh, you can't even.
I don't remember him trying to take accountability.
He did.
Um,
And then him and Chris's scene, he was like, yeah, I admit it. I did, and it was wrong. But Mel, keep bullying me. Like it was always a but Mel instead of just saying, yeah, I did this. This was wrong.
well, she basically said, the back and forth need to stop because she could tell you firsthand that kids do pick a side. That's what she's going through right now. Um, Martell thinks it's hilarious that she's being called a side chick, and she told him that she was not a side chick. Okay, she left her husband when she found out that he was married at the time. Um, and the only side chick that there is coleslaw.
Mm.
Okay, then she let him know that she was having a party and he ain't invited. She just invited Mel, and he feel like I don't want to go to no 60-year-old's party anyway. Okay, he said F that party. She didn't even really have to tell me about it because he don't give a damn.
He in his feelings
Hmm.
in true Martell fashion.
Of course.
And and the one thing I will agree with Nell on, don't you ever in your everlasting life, the kid, when you got coleslaw, who you still got sitting on the side while you go out and live vicariously and live your other life, and she's still sitting around waiting. Don't you ever refer to me as a side chick. I'm just saying.
Well,
Bless her heart. Ain't no way we gonna be cheating and doing all that for this many years and this long, and then you finally free and you out here dating other people. Ain't no way. If I was coleslaw, that would have gotten violent. That would have gotten violent. I'm sorry. You ain't gonna play in my face like that for that many years. And I'm not gonna get you're not gonna play him. Well, I mean, clearly he has, but it's just it's
you
very
went on TV and called this woman a peasant. There's like nobody's going to respect. I mean, they already wasn't going to respect her, but sir, you show that you don't respect her.
right.
So,
All right. So then we see good old Maso. And he has invited Moses out to join him. And Maurice said, Black. Moses says things didn't work out with Destiny because she wasn't putting the work in. Okay. And, Maurice shares his experience, basically with the whole Kimmy Kiowa situation and was like, I waited a year before I even met Kimmy. I was definitely separate, but it still came back to bite us in the behind by the time we got on TV because people didn't think the dates matched up or whatever the case may be. And so basically he's like, and you need to protect your wife because people are going to come for her. And so he's like, he's confident. He's like, me and Sonny are good. And, they're ready to handle the bad publicity or whatever comes their way. And so when Marceau tries to warn him, like, yo, I almost lost my marriage being on this damn TV show because Tisha was fine when she was letting me cheat in peace. But now, allegedly, I'm sorry, but still, now you know what I mean. Now that all these people are in her comments and DMing and commenting, got something to say. Now she looking at me funny, so I can't in peace no more. I gotta be more, can't have pictures of my back out here no more. So
we had to kick the mama off the show because she the one that tell it all.
right. So basically Marceau tells Moses to, he should have a conversation with Destiny, and he, which he's open to. And then the subject of kids comes up, and then he reveals that him and Sonny could be pregnant any day now because they done IVF like right after they got married, and they said they gonna do this, they gonna have them a family. And I said,
Did
well,
it seem like to you like that wasn't supposed to be a topic of conversation?
what do you
Because
mean?
as soon
She
as
like
Maurice asked, so how long you been doing IVF or whatever, like literally that was it. Like they just kind of looked and then they cut.
maybe maybe that's going to come back up when Destiny is like, oh, we were supposed to have a baby named Justice or something. Like, to your point, I think it was a very quick, like, cut. Either maybe he wasn't supposed to say it yet or bring it up or whatever. But I think that's a valid point. I think that we'll probably maybe see it, or hear more about it as we get later into the season. Like I said, I feel like I seen a clip where Destiny is upset because she said that they were supposed to have a baby and name him Justice.
All right.
What do
So
you feel about her being on TV? We'll get into that.
So Courtney and Stormy ended up meeting up with Latricia and Ken at the gym, even though we know Courtney didn't want to. He said he wanted to go out to eat, go get some dinner, something, some drinks. He said he don't want to lift no weights. Okay, that's their thing. But he showed up to support anyway. I appreciate that. Now the guys are talking about how, how long Ken and Latricia have known each other, while Stormy and Latricia talking about how Stormy want to do a fitness competition. Say what? And she said this is always something she wanted to do. I ain't never, ever, 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 never. Now, while the ladies, how it's so hard for Latricia to come out of her dark space that she's been living in so long, and how she's traumatized by it. So basically, she said that it's hard. It was hard for her to even trust and open up.
Sorry,
was that a sneeze?
That was
okay.
It was aggressive. It was aggressive.
See. That it was hard for her to open up to really anyone after losing a bunch of her family, not really getting support from her husband, I guess technically. Then Kim was talking about how hard it was to break her out of her shell, and he's over there talking about wedding bells, but apparently ain't no papers been signed yet, and it's the whole thing. But it's not a thing for these two, because she said she waited about 4 or 5 months to even let him know that she was still married, and he really couldn't say nothing because he had his own little situation that he was dealing with an ex-girlfriend still living with her, knocking her down.
So and y'all trust each other.
It's giving yeah.
Mm-hmm. Y'all move funny, yeah. Well, you're better than me too, because I had this as meet the borings. It's
meet the what?
Borings. I don't know.
And that's probably, look, part of that is probably because you don't want to say Latricia.
No, it's not even that. I can even move past that. I think it's because it's the monotone. It's I don't know if she's like, this is her first time on camera, if she's nervous, maybe she's not used to it. But I feel like anytime I watch a scene with her and I'm trying to like feel for her, but then at the same time, I feel myself falling asleep. I just, when she talks, there's no range in her voice. It's just, it's like, I can't. We need something from her, something.
Resolution.
I mean, her hair looked good. Her confessionals, she always looks good. I give her that. She looks great. She could dress. She looked good. She's easy on the eyes. I'm not gonna take that away from her. But personality,
she dry.
Yes, that's it. Dry. Dry as the Sahara. Jesus.
She needs some milk.
Bless her heart. I'm like, how did they make the cut? Well, you got to send a tape and people got to be It must
even if you're a friend of the show.
I don't know. It's not. Bless the heart. Anyway, so then Chris goes to visit Martell at his rental property. He lets him know that he spoke with Nell and, thinks that Martell owes her an apology for insinuating she was a side chick. So then Martell grins and tries to tell Chris he was married. Basically telling Chris, like, nah, you was married. You can tell Chris to start, because what you're not going to do on this good camera is tell me what the hell I was doing. So Chris said that Nell was never the side chick, and Martell agrees to not refer to Nell that way again. And then he brings up what he heard about the text messages from Nell.
Like that he asked questions.
Right. And Martell plays dumb and sort of avoids answering and keeps telling Chris to go ask Mel. And that's another thing that aggravated me. Every time he got him in a point.
No, I'm asking you.
Right. And then of course Martell does what Martell in Martell fashion, he denies doing anything because he's
He
never
said,
wrong.
so they just out here opening up cases on you and sending out warrants, and you ain't do nothing.
I love when
I
Chris had this.
yes, Chris.
Yes,
I feel
I
like
said,
everybody else is scared to say it. Go ahead, Chris. You ain't
thank
scared to
you.
piss this man off. I love it.
So
I
then, of course, when Chris asked him, well, what is your resolution to all of this? And he says,
put it back on Mel.
it's not him, it's Mel. Mm. And speaking of that, y'all know, not Mel, but y'all do know that your good boy, and this is not alleged, it is actually public record, but you do know that Mr. Maurice Scott was locked up this weekend for a DUI. So I guess we'll see what, I guess everybody in Huntsville is going to jail. First it was Martell, now
Well, at
Destiny.
least he can get himself out. He could be his own lawyer. Well, I don't think he that type of lawyer though.
And from what I've heard, he's never won any cases, but
Oh, okay. Well, does it even count then?
I
Can,
guess
can you call yourself a lawyer?
I guess if you went to school and did the work, hell yeah. If you passed that bar, shit, I would.
I guess because you can have your own practice, but I mean, if you're a doctor and you're not saving any lives, are you still a doctor?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I,
they're different doctors.
well, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I guess.
You're stupid. So yeah, that was pretty much Chris and Martell.
So meets up with Mr. Moses. Okay. And he basically wants to clear his wife's name. Okay, that's really the reason why he there. Didn't quite go that way because Destiny was not having it. He let Destiny know that, him and Sonny got together after him and her broke up. And he said, he tried that he had her best interest. And she said, absolutely not. No, you did not, sir. Okay. When a man loves you, he don't move the way you move. I said, oh, okay, well. And then she feels like he did what he did out of spite. What?
I agree with what Destiny said, but why did you need him to tell you that? He showed you better than he could tell you that he ain't really fuck with you like that. I don't know. I just felt this whole scene was like a lot of her. And maybe y'all can disagree with me. Maybe it's about closure, but to me, it seemed like it was a lot of wanting you to explain something that no longer needs to be explained at this point.
The thing was,
it became a little like begging.
So what it seemed like to me was, how if you're in a relationship and sometimes it's not the end, there's like some back and forth, right? Because what he said was they broke up. He said him and Destiny broke up in April. He said him and Sonny didn't get together till August. She said, no. How did we break up in April and you were still texting me good morning and I love you and sending me money from April all the way through August? She said the reason why they broke up in August is because she sent him a message and said that she chooses herself. And that is when he was supposed to have gotten with Sonny. And she said she got the receipts to prove it. Okay, so it just seemed like it was like a back and forth situation where, she probably thought, well, we ain't messing with each other right now, but we still talking. You still sending me, you still acting like you want to be with me.
I can understand the confusion of it all, yeah.
And then for you to pop out and be married is like.
But that's what I'm saying at that point. Oh, damn, you're a really shysty person and that's fucked up. And thank you for the checks. And don't be coming back talking about it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she needed the clarity. He wanted, remember, the guys told him that he needs to sit down and have a conversation with Destiny so that he can clear Sonny. That's not what this did, but that's what he was.
I guess that's why I'm confused because I'm like, that's not what this did. It made it sound more confusing when you get to the date.
But that was his goal. Destiny did. I don't think Destiny cared to have a conversation with him.
That's
he reached out to Destiny. And it just didn't go the way he planned for it to go.
Well, I think to your point, I do think it was more about, but I think it was more of him wanting to be like, and hence the name of the episode. I think he wanted to go and be like, Destiny, stop spreading this narrative about my wife because that's not what happened.
And Destiny said that's not what's going to happen because I got the receipts to prove that's what happened.
Oh, well.
And it sounds like the reason why he was so pissed off is because she didn't make it to his birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
When he was talking about she didn't put in the work, she was supposed to put it because she didn't. I mean, let's say I listen. As a woman, I understand, sir. You wasn't there for me for my birthday. I don't know. I don't know what she was doing. I don't know, but I just feel like that's listen, when she said that you were the one that wanted to be wooed and that
Right.
I was like, that's what that whole statement was giving.
Well,
I just haven't known any men that really care that much, but maybe, maybe that's
he
just
said it was important to him,
and that's valid for him.
and that's valid for him. But yeah, that was pretty much the episode, y'all. I'm sure next week they're gonna get more into Destiny and Moses' conversation. I don't think there needs to be too much more at this point. Um, and yeah, what else are we gonna see next? I don't know. I feel like we kicked it
We
off.
see Tisha. Look, and remember you said something about, oh well, I don't think it should matter because uh Latricia and Stormy are friends. Now this girl's talking about something. Oh, I gotta find a new trainer.
Well, yeah, that was Tisha being messy.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, now Tisha, what you call? But I'm sure we're gonna pick up where we left off with this conversation. Don't seem like it's going nowhere. I'm hoping she do end up pulling out receipts though.
I don't know. I just, I want Destiny to go on, live her best life. And, I did like that she came in with Defendi. She came in and said, I'm gonna make you miss what you had. You ain't going. So, oh,
Oh,
you're
is that what you got from that?
yeah, she came in, dressed, hair done. She said, oh, yeah, this is what you lost.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't get that. All right. Well, let us know what you got from this episode. But I will say, I feel like the first two episodes, they came out the gate swinging, and it was very entertaining. Number three, I thought was fine, but I know a lot of people didn't really care for it. And even this episode, I'm kind of like, But we'll see where the season goes, y'all. If you haven't already, please make sure that you've hit the like button.
Make sure you comment
Make sure that you guys have subscribed.
and hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, the IG. And make sure y'all catch Nels and Really Be on Friday night for the live recap of the Never Ever Mets. And yes, we will have, I was about to mess it up, Love During Lockup out tomorrow for you. But anyway, y'all, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Good night.